What is going on, Toronto Raptor fans? What is going on? What is going on? I don't even know what's going on. What are we watching here? What is happening? I'm watching these games so that you guys don't have to down the stretch. I don't know if it's worth watching. It was like I watched the G League Philadelphia 76ers play against the Raptors 905 G League team. This game was, I don't know, interesting. There was some effort, at least I suppose. Depends on what you're trying to do. I feel like I'm a scout, watching the development of bench players, players that would never get time in a regular NBA game. They're starting in these games. It's crazy, crazy what's happening. Our Toronto Raptor lineup to start this game was Jamison Battle, who I like, 3-point guy. Not that great today. He was only 3 of 12. It was a little bit of a weaker game for him, bringing that average of 60 down to something a little more realistic. But we got Jamison Battle. Jakob Pertl actually started, which, okay, he's the one guy we know is a real starter. But Colin Castleton, Roden, and Shed were the starters for this game. Okay, what is going on? Shed, at least, is sort of a regular rotation piece. He's going to be, coming off the bench as our backup, especially since we got rid of, oh man, what's his name? Just jumped out of my head. The guy we traded to Miami, who played decent, but I think they like the effort of Shed better. I certainly agree with that move. Shed seems like he's got more upside. He's going to be a future Fred VanVleet kind of guy, and you can see the impact of VanVleet. He goes down for Houston, and suddenly they can't seem to get their scoring proper. But yeah, really tight bench this game too. I mean, so we had those five starters, and then the only other people that were in the rotation were Garrett Temple, Orlando Robinson, and AJ Lawson. I mean, we are trying to lose, and it's not working. In fact, I love to beat the Philadelphia 76ers. We are 3-0 against the Philadelphia 76ers this season. I love watching Nick Nurse lose. I'm not the biggest Nick Nurse fan. I know we won a championship, but as I've said over and over again on this channel, I think I could have coached that team to a championship. In fact, it would have been more of a beatdown had I been the coach. I think Nick Nurse. There were times where he did some interesting stuff. I think reacting, to being down against Milwaukee and building that wall seemed to help. But the fact that he went down initially is sort of what I'm saying wouldn't happen with that stacked, ridiculous team that we had back then. But we're looking at our odds of getting Cooper Flag slipping away. Uh, I've got tankathon.com up here, and I'm looking, and they don't even have it updated actually because we are now ahead of the 76ers. The Raptors in the past few days with this eager backup group winning all these games against the easiest schedule in the NBA. So we're playing, sub 500 teams. We're beating teams like Washington and Philly uh, uh, and the Utah Jazz, which, these are teams that are actually worse than us as far as the record goes. I think the Raptors, talent wise, are somewhere more mid of the pack. We definitely should have been playing had we not had all those injuries. But we are now no longer the fifth worst team in the NBA, where Philadelphia is now occupying that place. And for them, it's important. They've got their pick out to the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's a seventh or better protected pick. So they're trying to get, under 7 in the lottery so that they don't have to lose that pick with the season going as brutal as it is with them. I can't believe anybody thought they had title aspirations signing Paul George and keeping Joel Embiid. Tyrese Maxey's really the only player on that team that can do anything. Actually, sorry, they've got a pretty decent young guy that they had drafted too, who seemed to be having a good season. Um, Names jumping out of my head here, but let me see if I can grab it here. Who am I talking about? Looks like he might not even have played. I think he has been injured. Yeah, he didn't even make it into the game today. Um, but yeah, we are now seventh last. Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers have fallen below the Toronto Raptors. So now our odds have gone from we were at 10.5 to get Cooper Flag. We've now dropped to 7.5% chance of getting Cooper Flag. Not easy. Not easy. So yeah, I don't know what I'm cheering for out there. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on. Do we want wins? Do we want these victories? Do we want the Raptors to? I don't know. I don't know what to do though. I mean, they pretty much can't start a worse lineup than they have. They've kept everybody that's healthy out of these games. Scotty Barnes is wearing street clothes. A few guys are actually injured. I think, Agbaji seems to be injured, but Manuel quickly sitting there in street clothes. He could play if we needed him. RJ Barrett not playing, doesn't seem to be anything wrong with him. Grady Dick legit seems injured. And obviously Brandon Ingram still out. But Boucher, where is Boucher? Why are we not getting any Boucher minutes? I don't understand. We're trying to lose and we're just not successful. We can't even lose properly. But yeah, I mean, final score was 118-105. It wasn't even close. We were up by as many as 20. We were up pretty much right from the beginning. I mean, we led the first quarter 29-23, took the lead into halftime because we punished them even more in the second quarter, outscoring them 40-32. So we were up, 69-55 at the half. Crazy. They did have a better third quarter because, trying to tank. Darko did not play shed for the entire third quarter or the fourth quarter. Our lineup at one point out there, and again, I don't know what they're doing. Like if I guess they are just trying to lose. We had two bigs out there. We had Castleton and uh, Orlando Robinson out on the floor for a lot of this game. In fact, most of the fourth quarter was battle, or were, I don't know, was battle, Castleton, Roden, Lawson, and uh, Robinson sometimes, and then one of them would sub in and out for Garrett Temple. I mean, he had 22 minutes, played pretty decent actually, 2 of 2 from three, not too bad. And Orlando Robinson, who I keep saying, why is this guy taking threes? He was 2 of 3, so he says 3 points part of his bag. It's in his game. Even when he was missing early shots, he said it was more nerves and anxiousness. Excuse me, being out there missing shots that he felt that he could hit. Maybe he's proven it. I mean, the guy was 9 of 19 from the floor. Not bad, not great though for a big guy. He should be shooting a little bit higher percentage than that if he's in and around the rim in the paint like that. But yeah, 2 of 3 from three, and not bad from the free throw line either. 5 of 6. That's pretty solid for a big guy. In fact, there's a Canadian big man from Winnipeg playing in the tournament. He's doing the granny shot. The granny shot on free throws is a higher percentage shot, but nobody ever wants to do it. They look like a sissy. Excuse me. Used to try and convince Shaq to do it back in the day, and he's like, I don't care. I'd rather miss, shooting it the traditional overhand way. But anyway, watch for that. Interesting. I saw some highlights. Sadly, he was missing the granny shot even, but this guy, I should dig out his name. He was shooting like 26% from the free throw line, even overhand. He's a big dude, but he goes to the line and can't seem to get it in from there. Um, but yeah, with with that lineup out there, we should be losing. It's interesting. We killed it on rebounds again, um, but I don't know what to say. I don't know if I'm happy or sad. Happy to beat Philadelphia. Joel Embiid didn't even come to the game, which is sad because I would like to have seen him on the sidelines crying his little crocodile tears that nobody loves him because we all can tell he doesn't try hard when it's for the team. He only tries hard when it's all about his contract or maybe getting a gold medal or some sort of personal accomplishment for him. He's very much a Joel Embiid first rather than team first kind of guy, but he wasn't even there to watch the loss. So I think I'm mostly upset that we lost this one. Little bright side, this Roden dude, Jaron Roden, he was killing it. He had 17 points in the first half. He was the guy they interviewed at halftime because he was having a great game. Couldn't quite keep that prolific scoring level going in the second half. He ended up only with 25, but still he was a plus 14 overall. But in a crap game like this, I mean, Philly didn't score enough points. In fact, it looks like everybody was a plus in the plus minus category except Jameson Battle was zero. He wasn't either positive or negative. He ended up with 11. Orlando Robinson at 25, and AJ Lawson had another crazy night with 28. So, yeah, he had 32 last game, 28 this game. They were saying on the commentary that AJ Lawson might win Eastern Conference Player of the Week, which would just be silly. But not that crazy with the games that he's had. So, yeah, I don't know. Raptors win. Very sad. We're losing spots in the draft. Our chances of getting Cooper Flag are diminishing. Miracles can still happen, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But we need to lose a few more of these games coming down the stretch. Maybe quickly, I will just see if I can pull up fast enough here the schedule. Oh no, Toronto Raptors. Give me their schedule, and then the way ESPN does it is annoying because they go through all the games. They do it backwards. Yeah, we're not even playing enough. Like we only have Brooklyn two more times. We're playing Utah next on Friday. Then we got Portland on Sunday. Yeah, two games that we're probably going to win. Then we play Phoenix, and they should beat us. Maybe we'll put out, the worst lineup. We'll call it more 9 to 5 guys that we've never heard of and get them to start. Uh, then at least we have a couple that we could lose. Golden State we could lose. San Antonio we should lose, even though Wembanyama's out. But then we got Washington, Brooklyn, Charlotte, Philly again. Oh, thank God we play the Bulls, who have our numbers. And at Chicago too, we should lose that one. Portland, Detroit should beat us. Actually, they're really trying hard to move up in the standings at least. But yeah, most of these teams we're playing have nothing to play for. Even Dallas, who we've got as our second last game, they're such a disaster since they traded Luka. We're probably going to pummel them too. So we could easily win. How many games are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 more games. We could easily win 10 of them. That's not what we want to happen here at the end of the season. We're going to end up, where's the standings? Oh my God. We could end up ahead of San Antonio. We could end up ahead of Chicago. We could end up where Portland is. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my God. Yeah, we could end up in the 10th worst spot and have a 3% chance at Cooper Flag. Not good. Oh well, anyways, all right. I'm just checking out stuff here. Sorry to bore you to death, but I don't know. I got to come up with an angle here. One of these games, I was hoping for a bleep fest, but is it going to be sincere? We got to really, really be angry at what's going on with the Raptors if we're going to get into that. And there's just too much complacency. Like I said, I'm hoping for losses. So every game we win, it's nice to win, obviously, but not nice to win because we're giving up our chance at Cooper Flag. Who knows? Maybe there'll be another diamond in the rough that Masai Ujiri can pull out. I know in my last week's video, I thought maybe we should go for this big man who is at Duke. And it's looking more and more like he could be our pick, although they seem to say on the broadcast that we've got Orlando Robinson as our backup guard of the future. Actually, I'm sorry, backup center of the future, even though weirdly they were calling him our third big. I don't know who, like, are we thinking Mopo is going to remain our backup center? I hope not. Actually, one promising thing could be that maybe Orlando Robinson surpasses Mogbo because I just don't think he's got the height. He's got the width, but I don't think he's the right guy in the future. But we'll see what happens. See what happens with the draft. We'll see what happens for the rest of these games. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, all that stuff. But even comments would be great. And Mr. Beast for President, we'll see you guys on Friday. Later.